Welcome to Diamond Niners Weekly for Week 4 of the 2023 season. I'm Nick, as always, joined by Kevin.
What's up, Niner Nation?
Producer Brad.
Hey.
And to be joined later by Coach Woody. Yeah, folks, we're doing things a little differently this week. Sometimes life gets in the way, right? Some changes to the schedule. Coach Woody did the Niners Live radio show on Monday during our normal time slot, which we were very excited about. Baseball getting a little more mainstream there and being on the regular weekly coaches show that the athletic department produces. So that was awesome to have Woody along with Coach Chastain on the radio. That meant that we had to move our broadcast. It's now Thursday. We're recording it. Obviously, the Niners played Wednesday night last night, which is not normally the case, usually playing on Tuesday. So that threw Coach Woody's game prep off. So we're all just the schedule is all kind of wacky this week. So what that means is we're obviously not recording on Monday. We're recording on Thursday. We're also not live. All right. So we're recording this on Thursday evening. We're going to drop it for you on Friday morning. And we're going to kind of go through some things, talk about it. And Coach Woody has graciously agreed to hop in with us to talk about the upcoming weekend here in a little bit. So we've got a good show for you tonight. It's just a little bit different than normal, but being able to adapt and adjust is just it's a part of succeeding in life. Am I right, Kevin?
That's right. You got to adapt and overcome. Whose motto is that?
That's right. That's right. So that's what we're doing here at Diamond Niners Weekly, is just working with what we've got. So let's start with a recap of this week's events. Kevin, why don't you get us started with the UNC Asheville game from a week ago Tuesday?
Yeah, so last Tuesday, first midweek at the Hayes, Charlotte hosted UNC Asheville. Kind of a back and forth game for a little bit, but the Niners pulled away. Cam Fisher had a huge day, a double, 2 homers. Stallman with a homer, Butch with a double, Dante DeFranco with a double. Actually, Butch had 2 doubles. I'm sorry. So a lot of guys contributing. On the mound, we had a lot of guys contributing as well. I think let's see who got the win on that one. Spoiler got the win. So his first win as a Niner on Tuesday night. And I believe we do have one of our nominees for Play of the Week was the Cam Fisher home run to dead center field he hit on Tuesday night.
Today, that's the opening 2 series as Fisher gets a hold of that one. All Burnett could do is watch that one go back. And Cam Fisher, are you serious? Another home run. He is raking. Add 2 more to the total. 49ers 13.
My goodness,
UNC
Kevin.
Asheville
That
8.
man hits baseballs. That was dead center.
Yeah, that ball smoked. As soon as he hit it, I knew that was leaving the yard. Even if it was going to the deepest part of the field, you knew that one was out of here.
So there's one nominee for Play of the Week from Cam Fisher. Just absolutely drilled a ball to center field. I didn't see any TrackMan data on that. Maybe we need to get with Doc B and try to get some TrackMan data. But the Niners go on to win that game 13-8, including that blast from Cam. Moving on to this weekend, got a chance to go up to Virginia Tech. My daughter and I went up, and Friday was one of the coldest baseball games I have ever been a part of. Now, the coldest series I've ever been a part of, Kevin, is still App State from last year at the Hayes. Okay, that was just a whole weekend of frigid baseball. But Friday at Virginia Tech was not only cold, it started off misty, turned really into rain. I mean, it was just a nasty day to be playing baseball. The Niners end up dropping a game in extra innings, 13-11, a game that the Niners led and then didn't lead and then led and then didn't lead and then tied several times, including to get it to extra innings. Went to extra innings at 11-11 and then lost the game on a walk-off from Cannizzaro from Virginia Tech, who is just absolutely shredding college baseball right now. I think every time I looked up at Cannizzaro's average, it said he was hitting like 524, but it felt like 824. You're just absolutely having a monster season so far. But we did have, and in that, there was obviously you score 11 runs. We had a lot of offense. But our nominee for play of the week is actually a defensive play here made by J.D. Suarez. Producer Brad, you got that clip for us?
I think close to 800 as this is a liner up the middle, and it's snared. Picked up by the second baseman. Wessner's got it, and the second out retired in the bottom of the 8th inning.
What a play. That ball's on the nose there, up the middle. Cannizzaro thinks he's got another base hit, gets that runner aboard before.
Yeah, Cannizzaro got a lot of hits last weekend, but he didn't get that one.
That's right.
Even if the announcer thought it was Eli, J.D. Suarez making a fantastic grab right there. Unfortunately, Niners come up on the losing end there. A game they had their chances. We're seeing that a lot. The Niners are in games. They got a chance there. Just another one where the bounces didn't go their way. But when that game was over, I was so glad. I have never been so glad in my life to head back to the hotel and just thaw out.
Yeah, it looked pretty miserable watching on TV as well. I mean, it's not your typical baseball weather type game. So
no,
but it was February, so right. Well, March, early March in Blacksburg.
It felt very January.
Yeah.
I'll say, Kevin. But yeah. Anyway, tough day to play baseball. Tough way to end the game.
That's right. Going on to Saturday, much better weather. You got to see this game, but the rest of us didn't because Virginia Tech was unable to find a TV crew to televise the game on Saturday for some reason.
Apparently $17 million a year per school in media rights from the ACC is not enough to make that happen, but whatever.
Yeah, they need more money, I guess. But anyway, followed along with Joe Templin on the radio, and Niners, another close game, kind of back and forth. Niners lost 6-3. Austin Knight hit another homer, 2 ribbies on the day. Caden Hobson with a ribby. Colin Kramer, Cam Hansen, they both pitched well for us. Just couldn't get the breaks far away, and lost another close with 6-3. We did not have any video highlights for this game because there was no video. So I'm going to send it back to you, Nick, for Sunday's recap. I
will tell you that there were some interesting plays there. Butch hit a ball on Saturday to the moon that was called foul, and I think it was foul. And TrackMan said it was foul. Odd thing. They reviewed plays on Saturday, and there was no video. So I'm not sure what they were reviewing. That's a technical question that I don't have an answer for. But they kept going in. I think they just wanted to get a drink or something. I don't know. Maybe there are some fixed cameras there, so maybe they had something they were looking at. I don't know.
Well, that's funny you say that because Sunday the camera was very bad at times, so they didn't even have the play on video. I don't think so. I don't know how they reviewed some of those plays that they reviewed on Sunday because I don't think they had an angle at all.
Yeah.
On some of that. That's neither here nor there, but go ahead, Nick. I'm sorry.
No, the TrackMan data on that Butch homer that was ruled foul. It was not foul by much. I think it was foul, but I think TrackMan said it was 440 feet. Just down the left field lines, absolutely murder to baseball. So anyway, on to Sunday. Sunday was the best day weather-wise. And not so great baseball wise. Niners take the loss 12-4. There was a play of the week nominee here and a highlight and something encouraging for Niner fans. We have been waiting and anticipating the return of Jake Cunningham. Now, Jake's not back in center field yet, but Jake's getting some ABs. and Jake got his first home run of the season. Producer Brad, I think we have that.
0-1. Swung on, lifted high into the air, out into deep right center. Hurley at the wall. It's gone. Just like that, with a swing of the bat, Charlotte right back into this thing. A 3-run shot. And it's 7-3. The Virginia Tech lead cut down to 4. We knew Charlotte was dangerous. We saw this kind of offense out of both teams on Friday. And Jake
That might be you in the video there, Nick.
Maybe. I might be in there somewhere. But yeah, Jake broke out the magic stick and just pounded a ball out there to right center field. So good stuff. Not a bad trip. I mean, baseball, I got the results wise, not a bad trip up to Blacksburg. Friday's weather was not great. Saturday was better, and Sunday was the best. Glad to get back. I will say a few notes about their baseball park. They have some really cool fan amenities and viewing options. A terraced hill down the left field line that a lot of students take advantage of. They have this covered terrace down the right field line that is a membership type of thing where you can sit under a covered awning with fans blowing on you and have a table and chairs kind of thing. So as far as their ballpark, and it's not that old, they've spent some money. Maybe that's where they spent the TV money on that ballpark. And honestly, there are some cool viewing options for fans there. So they've done a good job with the baseball park itself. Really cool team. We were talking about the gear options at Clemson as far as them having ways for fans to buy gear in the park, in the baseball stadium there. At Virginia Tech, they've got an enclosed store with the door and everything that you like walk in and walking around inside at the baseball stadium. So they got some cool stuff. I always love seeing other people's, facilities and see what they have. And they did a good job. So kudos to them on their park. Just was glad to get out of Blacksburg.
Yeah. Not a long drive for you. So that's good. We mentioned the plays of the week. We put them out there early in the week on Twitter and had a poll for you guys to vote on them. The results came in last night, and JD's play versus Virginia Tech on the, I guess it was a Friday game, won by a vote of 45.7%, just ahead of Cam's homer, who got 40% of the vote. So JD, they didn't get his name right on the broadcast, but we got his name right today. Got plenty of love from us. So there you go, JD. Great play. Congrats on winning our second ever play of the week vote.
Yeah, so that was pretty slick, pretty slick glove work there from JD. Robbing Cannizzaro the hit like he needed anymore, right? He's got enough. So not
many people are gonna take hits away, but he did.
Yeah. So awesome, great job, JD. Since we are doing this on Thursday night, this would technically be a part of next week's show, next week's discussion. But we did get a chance to go to Atrium Health Ballpark in Kannapolis last night. That is the home of the Kannapolis Cannonballers, not too far from where I live or where Kevin lives. And another back and forth affair we saw, Kevin. The weather was not as warm as I would have liked it to have been, especially by the end of the game. But another back and forth affair. We saw Cam hit another home run. Cam's just on a tear. We saw Butch get in on the action, hit a shot out there to the berm in left field. He's the I guess Butch is probably, I think I'm saying this right, he's the first person to hit a home run in that ballpark, and right now he's also the last person to hit a home run in that ballpark. Do I have that right?
No, unfortunately, that's not right.
Oh, that's right, because he tied
it at 9. He tied it at 9, and but he does have at least 2 bombs in that stadium, and he has the first, so no one's going to take that away from him.
Yeah, Kannapolis cannot hold Will Butcher, so
not many places can hold Will Butcher.
No, so good to see Butch get on the action. That was a big hit, big jack right there, because it tied the game up at 9, like you said. So yeah, the next home run was in UNC Wilmington's favor, and that produced the final score. But tough night. That's the first time we've lost in that ballpark So, it is what it is. Speaking of fan amenities, we got a chance to be in the dugout suite last night. Thanks to Harvey Brown and Zach Hill and Emily Hill and that crew, we were able to check out the dugout suite, which is a really unique fan amenity at that ballpark. We were practically sitting in the dugout. I mean, just right there. We were on field level. Honestly, Kevin, I know you didn't get a chance to go out there last night, but I'm going to give you my feedback on it. All right. I think that the next time you have the opportunity to go down there and watch a game from the dugout suite, I think you should do it. However, I'm probably not going to go with you. It was great. It was a fun experience. Save the result, but I don't know if that's necessarily for me.
It's all right. Well, I heard Zach did have a good time and took full advantage of that experience. So, pretty cool, unique. I wish I could have made it out there last night with you guys. It sounds like you had a good time, minus the result, but there's always next time, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I loved it. It was fantastic. But it's kind of those things like you do it, and it's like, okay, I think I needed that experience, right? You don't turn that down. But I think I need to be a little further from the action going forward.
I think, no, what it is, you need to be further from the umpire. That's what it is.
There are definitely some people. My wife actually needs to be further from the umpire, but that's another story for another day. Probably not going to tell that one on air. So, all right, let's move on here. We've got, I know Kevin's laughing because he knows the story. If you want to know that story, find me at the Hayes this weekend, and I'll tell you in person. Before we'll bring something else in front of you guys. This is a little bit different from us, but there is something we wanted to talk about. People ask us all the time, whether it's me or Kevin or producer Brad, they ask us why do you guys do what you do? And there's a couple of simple answers for that. One, you have to have a passion, right? We're obviously three guys that are passionate about the Niners and Niner baseball in particular. But two, there was a void there. Way back when, I guess 2012, really before, but I think we started the Twitter account in 2012, Kevin did, that we felt there was a void in the marketplace, that sort of basketball and football were going to get the attention that it needed, but baseball really deserved more attention and more coverage than it was getting. So we just decided, rather than sit at home on our keyboards and complain about something, that we would just do something about it. And that's kind of where Diamond Niner Report came from. Well, these two guys here, this is one campus company we wanted to tell you guys about. Nick and Joel are two alums, just like us, that saw a need for something, and decided to provide it. Anybody that's been following the Niners for any amount of time knows that gear, buying 49er merchandise can be, well, it can be problematic. It can be frustrating. It can be difficult. These guys decided to step in and try to do something about it. They have a unique concept. In order to keep prices in check and to make it doable from a business perspective, they have a website where you can order and customize gear. They have different logos. You can put different logos on different items. And what they do is they have a window of time that is opened up. And there is a window open right now, and it's open until March 24th. The reason that we have gotten so excited, anyway, buying Niner gear, you don't ever have to twist my arm or Kevin's arm or Brad's arm to buy Niner gear. But they've gone even a step further now and are doing specific baseball gear. They've also added softball. In fact, the gear, this not Charlotte baseball Nike hoodie that I'm wearing and Kevin's shirt there that he's wearing are products of theirs. We have purchased those. They're they're not. We're just customers, and we are happy to spend our money with them because we want to see them be successful and be able to continue to do this. And we're telling you about them because we believe in what they're doing and just want you to be able to participate in this. In fact, I had another item of theirs on that I just got a jacket on at last night's game, and had several people. Heck, if at the first pitch dinner, I had a custom shirt. These guys made me a custom shirt to wear with my green jacket for the first pitch dinner. Everything they do is quality. If you want to check them out at onecampusco.com, they've got regular Charlotte gear. They've now got Charlotte baseball gear, and just this time they've added Charlotte softball gear, which we're going to be spreading some word about that as well. But you go on, you place your order when the deadline comes, which is March 24th. Then they produce the items and ship it to you. So I'm as pleased as I can be with the stuff I ordered this time. If you want some Charlotte baseball gear, go check these guys out. And this, just like us, just alums with a passion, trying to fill a void. Nick and Joel are doing that as well. And Kevin, I know you were jacked up about the stuff. You ordered some stuff for the whole family. I know you were really excited about that as well.
Right. Yeah. Got the order in this week. I think the opening weekend was the first order. They took some orders, and then of course got one of everything just about. Got a jersey. Still, the jerseys took a little bit longer. They're doing a replica cream jersey with the C, which looks really sharp. Got one for my son. Can't wait to see that one. You'll probably see him rocking it at the Hayes whenever that comes in. So looking forward to placing another order in the near future. And yeah. I got one of those jackets also. It was actually a Christmas present before the baseball stuff came out from my wife, but she decided to wait and add the baseball to it. So I got a Christmas present in March, so it was great.
Yeah, producer Brad, can you bring that back up? Is that a doable thing? Anybody just downloading the audio for the podcast, click on one of those. They're going to be like, what is going on right now? See if you can click on, go in that baseball catalog and just like grab one of those T-shirts. Yeah. Now see over on the left-hand side, you can try out the different logos. See the pictures over there? Yeah, just click on those. See, like there's different designs. This is what I was talking about when you can you pick out a shirt and then there's different logos and different designs. There's baseball ones, there's softball ones. So you can pick an item and then you can pick the design that goes on the item. Really cool concept. And then they're going to make it for you and ship it out. So anyway, we don't really do ads on this on this show. We always bring you content free. And this isn't an ad either because we don't do sponsors.
They're our friends. These are our friends.
They're our friends, and they're doing something that we're really excited about. So we're telling you about it. So if you see one of us at the ballpark and you go, oh my gosh, where to get that? This is probably the answer. One Campus Co. So onecampusco.com. Check them out. We love what they're doing. All right, Kevin, let's turn the corner here and let's take a look at the week ahead. And before we do that, we need to bring in a subject matter expert. So let's bring in Coach Woody. Hello, Coach. How's it going? What's happening?
What's up, guys? How are y'all?
Man, we're doing all right. We appreciate you making some time for us. I know our schedule is kind of out of whack this week between you being a big radio star on Monday and us playing on Wednesday. And I know your game prep is in full swing. So we really, really appreciate you taking some time to talk to us.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I look forward to talking Charlotte baseball every week, and it's good to see you guys.
All right. So with the time we've got here, Woody, let's jump into a few things, and then we're gonna talk about what fans can expect to see this weekend at Hayes. We've got some emerging stories here, and one of them is the tear that Cam Fisher is on, because I think Cam Fisher, now I'm exaggerating a little bit, but he went from no home runs to 7 almost overnight.
Yeah, I mean, he's capable of doing that. You know, he's a game-changing player, and It's I think sometimes because he was so good last year, I think people take it for granted what he's capable of doing. But certainly as a coach, like we don't. And, I think Cam's the type of player when other guys see him go, like they go. So certainly good to see.
Yeah, and he's doing some versatile things for you in the outfield right now. The last several games, he's been hanging out in center field, which I know is something new for him. But speaking of center field, I know we were all, maybe not as much as you, but we were all so encouraged to see Jake Cunningham get back in the lineup. He's not playing the field yet, but Jake's getting some ABs and even got his first home run of the weekend, of the year this past weekend.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Jake is he's one of the best prospects in the country, and he's as good of a person, if not better, as he is a player. And it's just great seeing him back in there. And you can see it with every game with it, that he's kind of knocking some of that some of that injury off and getting further past that rehab process with every day, every game, every at bat. And I thought he did a sensational job in the batter's box, and he's given us everything he can on the bases. And he's working. That's the kind of thing too. Like most people, you can't see all of the hard work that Jake puts in. I mean, he's doing, with working with Donna, our athletic trainer, and Coach McKibben, our director of performance. He's doing, modified individualized lifting and speed work and agility work, and, work to improve his stamina, just, increase his workload capacity and those types of things. So, really pleased with the progress we're making. And I know he's chomping at the bit to get back out there and be in the outfield, but he'll be out there when he's ready and we're ready. And, like you said, we've got other guys that are, that are filling in and helping us out there in the outfield.
You bring up Donna Nemo, and she is such we've talked about her so many times on the show over the last few seasons. She's such an important part. She's apparently been doing working some of her magic on Austin Knight as well, because I know Austin had tweaked the hamstring a little bit, but his mobility looks to be, if not back to normal, getting close.
Yeah, he's still limited a little bit. He's like he's done in the past. Like he's always got to, grit through it and tough it out and give us everything he's got. It's kind of our job as coaches, like, hey, we need you to like be 100% in the box, be about 75, 80% on the bases, and be 100% on the defensive side of the ball. And, if he does that, because that's kind of where, like, when he cuts it loose, and it's hard not to when you're playing, but it's when he cuts it loose down the line, like that's when he kind of gets set back a little bit. So just trying to again, continue to progress, and he's in the training room every day, and he's giving us everything he's got. And to your point, they look like noticeably better between Sunday and Blacksburg and Wednesday. And credit to Donna, like she just does such an amazing job with our guys. So yeah, hopefully, come tomorrow, he should be even better. And, with the work he's putting in, that should be the case moving forward.
Yeah. And one thing you can guarantee, and you were worried about your lighting, Woody. Look at Kevin. He's turned the lights off in his room. Kevin's doing this show in the dark.
Am I black? Am I out?
Yeah, you're out.
Oh.
Lights went out at your place. But while Kevin gets that worked out, the comment I'll make, the final comment I'll make about Austin, Coach, is, talk about tough as nails. If he's not on the field, it probably means he just absolutely cannot be on the field. He's got a dude's going to have to be dragged off the field.
Yeah, and/or it's kind of our job part of our jobs as coaches is to, put these guys in a position of success, and if, whether that's the short term or the long term. And sometimes, sometimes the long term is more important. And, we try to temper that as best we can as coaches. And, we all want to see a healthy Austin Knight. So, he'll be out there as much as he can because he's a gamer and a warrior. But to your point, yeah, we've got a long ways to go in this very young season. And, we want to do everything we possibly can for, the next 43 games of the regular season to, for him to feel as good as possibly can. So we'll continue to monitor that.
There now, Kevin got his. I love technology. There he is. Kevin got his work out now. Woody's back. Kevin, while we're all on screen, why don't you lead us into this weekend series?
Let's talk about ODU. So one of our I think the team we played the most in our program history. I think it's 93 meetings we've had between the two programs over the years. We shared conference before. They are no longer in our conference. They're in the Sun Belt now, but played them 12 times in the past 2 seasons. So very familiar foe. Coach, what can you tell us about ODU? They've got some new names just like we do, but similar style, and we're very familiar with them, right?
Yeah, I mean they've got a really good team. They've got some returners back, and Lavari and company in the lineup that are really good, and they've got some new faces, like you said, that have put up some really impressive numbers. And on the mound, they've got Blake Morgan, who was Conference USA Freshman of the Year, and Sean Armstrong going on Saturday, who I think we saw twice last year, and I think on Sunday at their place, and then the last game of the conference tournament last year. And so, they're really well coached. Coach Finwood and Coach Marin, their pitching coach, they're just extremely well coached and hard-nosed and tough. I mean, honestly, the last 2 years, 21 and 22, usually when we play each other, it feels like we kind of play a mirror image of ourselves in a sense. Just, very physical, very, gritty, high motor clubs that, have got good stuff on the mound that kind of come right at you, can strike you out, don't walk a whole lot of guys, can go for the long ball, deep counts, deep at bats. I mean, it's, I think we've played them 12 times in the last 2 years. So we played 8 times in 21, and then we played 4 times last year. So this will be our 13th, 14th, and 15th time playing one another. And so it really does. It feels like kind of a mirror image of ourselves in a sense. And I mean that with the utmost respect to the ODU program, because they're very good.
All right, they're coming in. They lost their home opener, but they're currently on a 12-game win streak. You mentioned the 12 games that we played against them. Looking at the game notes here, Austin Knight, Will Butcher, and Jack Dragon have all played in all 12 of those games. Austin Knight's got 20 hits in those 12 games, and Butcher's drove in 10. So a lot of familiarity between the programs. A lot of offense. It seems to be the case in most of the games that are going on, whether it be at ODU or at the Hayes. So looking forward to an even series. I think it's 6-6 in the last 12. So right down the middle. You couldn't ask for any more.
Yeah, as I
even
said,
programs.
It really does. I mean, it feels like both coaching staffs are work very hard, and kind of how we train guys in various elements, and just kind of when the game starts, let the guys play, and so they'll put on action when they do a great job of kind of putting on some action when they need to, but for the most part, their guys get in there and are looking to do some damage every at bat, and that's pretty similar to kind of how we go about it, and it should be it's a great opportunity for us. Like you said, they're coming in hot, and we're starting to get healthier, and so it should be a really good series.
Yeah, so the weekend schedule got that scrolling at the bottom for you. It is tomorrow, Friday night, or by the time you hear this tonight, Friday, March 10th, 6 p.m. at the Hayes. That is a change. Folks should make note of that. This is time change weekend, and every year when we get to time change weekend, the 4 o'clock games go away and they're replaced by 6 o'clock games. So if you show up at 4 o'clock at the Hayes tomorrow, I guess you can watch BP or something, but
yeah, we'll be out there hitting.
The game will not be starting until 6. Saturday is a 2 o'clock start. We do have a throwback T-shirt giveaway for the first 100 fans is the promotion listed. Haven't seen an image of that, but that's what they've got listed is throwback T-shirt giveaway. So if you want a throwback T-shirt, come out on Saturday. The tailgate lot will be opening at 9 due to the 1 o'clock softball game. So there should be some softball tailgaters out. We're of course going to be out there, so come and join us. Just got a message that the Kramer family is making their way out. Awesome. I think this is the first time I know they were out for the App State series last year because they brought the cold weather with them from Iowa. I'm not sure if I don't think they made it back last year, but the Kramer family is in this weekend, so. And they'll definitely they know how to tailgate, so they'll definitely be out there with us. So come out on Saturday for a fun day of taking a doubleheader, maybe softball and then baseball, softball at 1, baseball at 2. Sunday, the 1 o'clock game, it's family day. Post games, kids run the bases, and trading card pack 3 is being given away on Sunday. So you've got a weekend full of baseball and softball and tailgating and promotional giveaways all on Phillips Road on campus at the Hayes and even the Sioux. So big stuff going on. The weather looks like it's going to be okay, Coach. Tomorrow looks like there might be a little rain in the morning, but it's supposed to move out. And then Saturday and Sunday is supposed to be pretty good looking. So
yeah, we're keeping an eye on. Yeah, you hit on the head as far as what we're seeing too. I think Sunday some stuff might roll in, so we're keeping an eye on it. Want to make sure we can, if we start at 1, that we can get a full game in type of thing. So there's a small possibility of an earlier start on Sunday, but right now, as you said, everything's on schedule for 6, 2, and 1.
Okay. We're running out of time here for this week, but one thing you have a unique perspective on that I wanted to ask you about. You spent. I'm just kidding. I spent the weekend in Blacksburg. You spent how many years did you spend in Blacksburg?
3.
3 years. Friday's game, the weather for that game, where does that rank in terms of like most miserable baseball conditions you've ever experienced in Blacksburg? Is that even in the top 10?
No. I'm not that's not even. Maybe top 20.
That's not for me, bub.
Learned.
That's not for me.
It didn't necessarily pay off for us this past weekend, but I learned a lot from my time in Blacksburg, and always be very appreciative and thankful for it. But yeah, it's a different place. It's the elements are real, and it's just kind of one of those things like you embrace it when you go there, like those guys have, that coaching staff and those players and support staffs, because I know them relatively well. You just have to embrace it, and if it's not your thing, like don't go there because it's like that's how it is.
Yeah, that was by the time we got out of there Friday. I mean, I had to go somewhere and just thaw out. It was, the mist, it started as mist and just ended up as rain. It was.
Well, the word got back to me from Arizona, our softball program was out there, and I think word got back to me that Nate Furman, Spencer Giesing, Quentin Martinez all made appearances at the Arizona State victory, which was awesome. For the girls in the program, and I think our guys went down there on the field and like took photos after the game and that sort of thing. And word got back to me that I guess Firm made a comment to the staff along the lines of that they saw me wearing my black CLT coat and said that that's the first time he's ever seen me wear it. I guess, and just said something along the lines of, I'm not going to try to mimic his Philadelphia accent, but said something along the lines of, that must be really, really, cold for. I think he called me 20 to be wearing the black puffy coat. So
yeah,
which is true. I don't wear that thing very often, but obviously, for those elements and that situations, like, we actually talking about as a coaching staff that, they've done studies that being very cold can affect decision making, much as people who have, are lacking sleep. So it's like you can make the same type of bad decisions when you're really cold that you do when you're lacking sleep. So, that's actually what went into wearing it. But I thought it was hilarious that Firm and the guys noticed that I was rocking the black puffy coat for maybe the first time in a game.
Yeah,
I think Coach Big said it was the first time he'd seen me wear it. So,
well, we noticed you started out with the jersey and just the hoodie, and then later in the game they showed you on TV and you were you had the coat on going. So
yeah, nasty bit of business on Friday with that weather. But all right, Coach, we got to get out of here. That's all for us this week. Appreciate everybody working and understanding about the schedule and making this happen. So weren't able to do live this week, but we got you a podcast in and got your Niner baseball talk fix here with Diamond Niners Weekly. Look for this podcast wherever you find your podcast. Check us out on YouTube. Make sure to click subscribe and turn on your notifications so you can be notified of new content. You can also find Diamond Niner Report on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, never TikTok. Reach out anytime you'd like. We love hearing from you. If you're old-fashioned like us, just say hello at the ballpark. For Kevin, producer Brad, Coach Woody, this is Nick. We're going to see you guys at the Hayes.
Go Niners.